The first thing you hear is my friend Lebo doing this great African chant. And in a way, we're buying ourselves license with this. You know you're not in Kansas anymore after that.
Lebo came in and with this vocal approach that just floored everybody. And that really set the tone for where everything was going.
Lebo M had moved to America, had left in exile, South Africa, he's about 14 years old, had gone with Hans back to Africa to record Power of One, and then come, of course, back to the States. And you hear Lebo, no matter what language, and the film is in 32 different languages. You could hear this film in Hebrew, you can hear it in Swedish, you can hear it in Zulu. No matter what language you hear it in, though, it's Lebo calling out at the top as the sun rises. And Lebo became a through line for that entire African quality inside the film.
Lebo has always been literally, my tour guide through this stuff. And we try things and we play around with things and sometimes he goes, in South Africa they would do it this way, etc. And he's sort of a genius and he's an awful lot of fun to be around.
Hans Zimmer, of course, brought his palette of sounds. And he would bring in people like Lebo M, who was parking cars at the time. And he knew him and was a fan of his work.
I had promised basically Don Hahn and everybody at Disney that I'd pull this great South African singer into this project. And then, of course, I couldn't find him anywhere. I think it was that morning when we were doing Circle of Life, suddenly, I'm freaking out because I've done this whole opening for the movie, except I don't have the voice on it yet. And it's the voice which is the key element. And of course, no Lebo, I don't even know where he is, somewhere in South Africa or somewhere in Africa. And, the front door rings and he's standing there literally. And I'm going, okay, come in. You're singing right now. The first thing he did was he started writing lyrics. I mean, he started writing a parallel story to the story that's really going on in the movie. And since we had done a film together already, and I very quickly figured out the best way to handle him is to not control him, or just let him at it, write a piece of music and let him twist it.
The first question he asked us was, what is the movie about? And Roger and I explained to him, we said it's a story about a young lion who loses his father in tragic circumstances and ultimately has to rise up to his responsibility as king. And he got very thoughtful, and he walked away, and he started jotting notes on a piece of paper. And then he came back and he said, okay, I'm ready. And it was all in African. Hans played the musical track, and Lebo and his two friends started this chant, the Ngwenyama, Ngwenamabala. And it was just magic. It was unbelievable. And then later we said, well, what does it mean? And when he explained the English translation, he had found the heart of the movie.